advice here from your media to interview you all on several aspects. We got to know that you all are doing the cochlear implants. So, can you tell what is done in this place actually? Because actually, it's really a different ambience here for us and also a different experience.
Yeah, it's like this. We Mekon Hearing Care. It's established in 2006, and we are operating our business on audio services. Basically, these all aspects of hearing impairments, we give a solution to them. And it's a born baby to adult, any age group, we have the facility here to provide audiological services. Actually, it's our company. It's mainly focused on audiology. I mean, it's several area included in that. It's I can say, firstly the audiology evaluations are there. Then we provide instruments for to help the clients to get their hearing better. Then we have very advanced treatment also. It's what they call as cochlear implantation, where the people have a profound deafness. That means they can't hear, a little they can hear. And this is not done by a kind of one person, it's a kind of a team, where we have the audiologist, the professional who handle these clients. Then we have other rehabilitation people, the speech therapists. They also work towards to this. And we have other support services. Our company is mainly focused on these areas, and we have up to now we have done about over 300 cochlear implantation, and the kids are born deaf, or what they call the trilingual or the postlingual. When they get in between, they get any problem on the deafness, on the hearing. And we look after them, we give a solution to them. And I think this is the first company in Sri Lanka is only focused on audiology.
Actually, from which country is this cochlear implants produced?
Yeah, that's it's like this. Now, in Sri Lanka, we are the local partner for Medal Electronics. It's a company, it's a manufacturer of cochlear implant. It's located in Austria, in Innsbruck. And we get these all the hearing implant devices, so the cochlear implant devices from them. And the company, the manufacturer, it's they are what I can say, over 80 countries they are exporting this device. And these devices are, once we fix to the client, they have to live with it to a lifetime. It is not just for 1 year or 2 years, it's a lifetime. If we find a client is 1 year, maybe we find hearing impaired, then we do the surgery and we implant this to the kids. They should live with it until they die. Because this company, it's a FDA approved company. It's at the moment in the world, this is #1 company in the world.
That's great to hear. There are several organizations and hospitals around the world. Is it reliable or is it registered in government so that people can come and believe you all? They can get the treatment done here.
Yeah, it's a good question, because it's a thing. It is the quality assurance is very important when it goes into to any human aspects. And here it's basically this. That's what I told you. The FDA approved. That is means the Food and Drug Authority is approved any products. Normally, if any devices, medical devices come to Sri Lanka, it has to go for a regulatory work under the National Regulatory Council, that's NMRA. And we have all the license for this, because once we have the license, not only holding the license will give us a authorization to import the device and handling the device and provide all after-sales services. This is mandatory in Sri Lanka. because this has been obtained already, and all these cochlear implants has to be registered with NMRI. It's a mandatory.
How long are you included in this business or involved in this business, helping and giving services even for the youngsters as well as adults?
Yeah, we have this business. As I told you in the beginning, it's around 2006. We started, and actually up to now it's over thousands of clients we provide service, and on the implantation area, we have now almost 400 clients. Now we have, and other than that, number of clients are using with hearing aids, and so much of clients are having speech difficulties. We were treated them, and it is a thousand number of patients we have over these years.
Could you share any success stories you all have seen?
Yeah, that is it's what I can say, because from the zero level we make them hero. That's what I can say, because it is these kids can't have a single word when they comes here. Now they are going to the normal school, and there are doctors, there are people are working in the bank, there are kids get their scholarship examinations, there are A-level students are there, and they are doing very well. They are doing very well in their life, and because it's this hearing impairment, it's a very important area where it makes them away from the society. Now we brought them into the society. Now they are working very well.
What is the ratio of the hearing impairment in our country?
Yeah, it's like this. We have very old data, but what I can say, it is 1 out of 6 having some kind of hearing impairment. It may be, as I told you, it may be a trilingual or polylingual, born deaf or born hearing impaired, or they can get hearing impairment in between. Maybe some ototoxic drug and some diseases and secondary issues they were getting. And every 1 out of 6, then 20 million population, we have over 3 million population with deafness, with hearing impairment.
Can this be cured at first, or it should be identified?
That part I think Oshali can tell. She's the audiologist, senior audiologist, and she can tell on that, because it's how this hearing things work.
Once a newborn baby comes, they do a newborn hearing screening test. So we are doing it's like a OAE testing. Once the test result comes as pass, we can link the kid to the society. If the test result comes as refer, actually we have to sit behind the kid. So after the 2 weeks of time, we are calling the patient again. We are calling the kid again to come for the testing, and again we are doing the OAE testing. So again the test result come as refer, we directly send the patient to ABR testing. That means detailed hearing testing. Then the test result shows like severe to profound. That means more than 80 dB hearing loss. Actually the patient he can consider as a born deaf, like born profound hearing loss kid. So with the ENT recommendations, the kid will become CI candidate, that means cochlear implant candidate. So that time with the help of ENT surgeons, we have to undergo the test battery, like radiological testing like CT MRI, then audiological testing like full audiological test battery, and then the ENT surgeon refer the kid to us. Then with the help of our clinical team, and we are counseling the parents what is the cochlear implant, how we are doing it, what are the steps we should do, and what are the implants available, what are the speech processors available with our company. Then like that the parents are choosing the implant, and we are doing our job next.
How can we reduce this deafness in our country? Is there any ways to minimize these problems and issues?
Yeah, it's a question. It is a national question. It is a thing. It is you see the sound. It is sound pollution is the most important thing, and that is before basically when you look into these type of clients, when they comes here, we see there's a hereditary. The hereditary issues also there. Other than that, they go for with the sound pollutions, and also there are a lot of secondary diseases also there. We should focus on those things, and the medication, autotoxic medications are there. These things, every areas to be monitored to reduce this deafness. Because when we get most of the clients here, they born deaf, some certain reason. But until today, we can't exactly say what are the reasons for deafness. But all category comes here. That is happening.
What could be done for early detection?
Yeah, that is actually the WHO, the World Health Organizations have a mandatory, this is a universal newborn screening. Every baby born, it should go for, which is, as I said, it has to go for a universal screening. This is the screening, what's happening is before they discharge from the hospital, we do this basic test. Definitely we should do a automated AVR, but it's in the we do here, it's a OE at least. Autoacoustic emission test, and this particular test will give a pass or fail. If it is pass, there's no issue at all. But the fail, we should start from that day onwards to work with this baby. Because what we say normally before 2.5 years, we have to correct this deafness. As you know, that deafness is it is correlated to the speech, and the people are having a deafness, their brain won't develop on speech. Then they have to correct very early the deafness or the hearing impairment. Otherwise, it's very difficult for them to start up the speech. We basically, that's what this early detection is very, very important. When we started this business in 2006, my first baby was 4.5 years. That's a boy, it's not a baby. Then we have 12 years, 13 years, 26 years, 72 years. We do several age group. But when you look into the guideline, this cochlear implantation should come in very, very early stage. That is under 3 years or under 2 years, it should be happened. I can say we happy to say we have done our baby is a very low age, 1 year 4 months. We have done a bilateral surgery, and the child is doing very well. They are now a child.
There are parents, some parents, they have the knowledge of understanding their children's reactions when they speak. But in case some parents, they can't understand. They just think this kid is still small, so they might not react. Is there anything to understand this one? Is there several protocols or anything to do this cochlear implant?
Yes, you can.
I can't tell exactly what steps we have to do. Since Sri Lanka, it's like town area, city, we can consider okay, the people are aware about the deafness. But going to the village side, going to the rural side, actually still now parents are thinking my baby will speak later. The delayed speech will become okay. And also they expect my baby is totally normal, so I don't want to go for medical interventions. So I think still the Sri Lanka's deafness awareness is not there, so we have to work on that.
That's good. So, as a country, the government is also having the responsibility towards our children as well as the whole citizen. So, what can the government do to reduce this?
Yeah, it is almost, even though it's a developed country, it's our developing country, our public is so lucky. The government are fully funding for this implantation. The thing is whether all the kids getting implant it's a different story, because we have almost over 1,000 kids are required for it, but the government provide quantity is a limited quantity because of the funding issue. But still, we are lucky the government is providing fully funded program. That is, the implants is purchased by the government and given to the patient free of charge.
While doing the implant, is the machines inserted inside the body or outside of the children or the adults?
In the surgery, like in the theater, we do like ENT surgeon has done a small cut in the behind the ear, and then just drill into the cochlea. So how like I can't tell exactly what is the procedure. So I will just show the implant. So this is the implant. The surgeon will make the bed around like behind the ear and place the housing over there and just drill in the cochlea and put in the electrode array inside the cochlea.
What are the other difficulties with implantation?
After the implantation, actually, it might be some kind of headache or like rotating sensation, nausea, and also taste difficulties, and also it might be facial paralysis. But we can consider it as rare, very rare.
Can I add to it?
Yes.
After the implantation is over, we will be fixing the processor outside. This is a processor which should be fixed outside. Yeah. And earlier they used to come with a long wire, so that the children who are using it tends to break it very fast, right? So with the development, we have got the processor, such a small one, so it doesn't have any wire or something. It can be fixed to the hair, so it doesn't fail. So that is so easy. So for the children to wear it.
How about its cost and worth?
Cost. Yeah, it is actually, I can say, the different type of internal implant and the different type of external processes. It is actually is a couple of millions that I can say. It's very, very expensive devices because it's a devices we give for lifetime, not for just for 5 days or 10 days or 2 months. Because this is it's made out by titanium. It's a precious metal, number one, and the technology in it is very expensive. And you see, this device will give a natural hearing, like a human, like our normal hearing. It is not amplification. Therefore, that's what this device is very, very expensive. But it's like this, when you see the age of the client or age of the baby is 1 year, at least 78 years living, the investment is not very big. It is very, very reasonable, but it's couple of millions.
How important is this rehabilitation?
That is, of course, you can tell something about it.
So as you can tell, the whole process before it even gets to rehabilitation is quite a tedious long process. However, rehabilitation has equally as much an important part in this whole thing. Now, granted, this device is incredible. It is a medical miracle that a child who is born deaf or becomes deaf can hear. But hearing isn't automatic. Our brains, if you're a normally hearing person who's been hearing since birth, you develop certain skills. Your brain recognizes sound, it knows how to qualify sound and understand what it is hearing. A child in this case does not have this pre-growth and pre-understanding. It is, you have to imagine, you don't hear one day and in a matter of, after surgery, in this case a few hours, you can hear, which is quite an overwhelming thing. And then, as was already mentioned, sound pollution is a thing, which means you don't get just one particular sound, you get many different sounds coming at you at one go. This can be overwhelming for a normal adult person who is used to sound, but for a child this is even more confusing. Now when it comes to rehabilitation where I'm involved in, there is a lady in Belarus who had a son who was born deaf. He received a cochlear implant, and she's a professional musician, and she decided that is possibly a way to help rehabilitation via music. As you can tell the children that get implanted are very young. Therefore, it doesn't really help to sit down with them and explain this whole concept. But what they do like in every child, and I think every human being enjoys, is music. You don't necessarily have to understand what's going on, but you can enjoy it. She created an incredible system where these children, via concepts of speech therapy and also musical elements, they learn to improve their speaking, breathing, hearing, and listening skills. And this sounds incredible, and it is, I can guarantee you it is, because they learn these skills via children's songs. These songs are created with these specific principles that I mentioned before, incorporated into it, but what the child receives is just a lovely song to sing to. And by singing these songs, the idea is that they sing it every day for at least 15 minutes, which is not a very long time. They can improve these skills without them actively knowing that they're improving these skills. The great thing about this concept is there are many rehabilitation systems where you have to go somewhere, you have to pay for it, or you have to travel long distances. This is a concept where once it's taught or introduced one time, the parents can do this at home with their children every day. And the improvements are very significant. We had a group of children that we coached from Austria for about 2 months, and then we came here and created a song with them. And to see the improvements in these children from day one till our performance is incredible, and that's just work that's done in 2 months. If you imagine this now, the idea is that it's spread out across ideally their lifetime, but a longer period of time. The improvements that you can see and you can do are incredible.
That's amazing. So, how about these children and the normal children? Because both are normal, but they also have different special talents. So, how about your experiences when teaching it?
Yeah, there are no, actually normal children, they learn. Our children, they start learning from the first age. I mean, as soon as they are implanted in maybe in 1 year, from there onwards they are going on rehabilitation. So they are learning, they are starting to learn in 1 year itself. So they are exceptionally talented, some children. And we always the parents stress them to make them somehow good in ability. So they are concentrating on their ability. They are doing very well. They are doing very well. The outcome is so much good. So that so we feel the cochlear implanted children are doing much more very good than the other children also.
How can we develop this further?
Yeah, that's also a good question. Now now we have come to the area where now more specific on the selections of the candidates is that selection of patients are more important compared to earlier. We have different type of implants. There's a different type of implant with different type of electrode, what we call. That is what we insert into the cochlear. And I can happily say Mr. Alexander, he is from Germany. He is a clinical engineer appointed by MEDER. And he is a specialized person to select the implant to the kids, because it's what we say is the insertion of a correct electrode will give a better outcome on the hearing. And all these years we were doing, but it's now we are going to the second step where more specific and because we have the first companies come out with so many types of electrodes which can choose according to the client's cochlear size and their anatomical conditions. But we say some kids are having a different type of cochlear, it's say Montini or there's no cochlear, and we have a different type of electrodes that will be selected by him. And he is a clinical engineer. I should ask you a word from you, and he also can explain about it, the electrodes.
Yeah, sure. So I'm working in the field of hearing impaired for now 12 years. And a few weeks ago, I settled with my wife to Sri Lanka to support him in all the process of the implants. And we also have a software where we can calculate the size of the cochlea. Because each cochlea is different. It's like a shoe, and to find the perfect matching electrode, we need to have the exact size of the cochlea. After that, we can select the electrode array, which is the tip on the implant, if it has to be a little bit shorter or a little bit longer. Also, we can evaluate the facial nerve, or for example, the chorda tympani, it's the nerve for the tasting. And to make sure in the surgeon knows where it lies, so we can plan with it, the surgery, that it goes there. Also, what we do is for middle ear or where's the English word? Bone conduction. For bone conduction, if the middle ear has a problem, we also have another implant. And also, if there is no hearing nerve at all, or there is some other diseases that we can't work with the cochlea itself, we have to go to the brainstem directly, also that we are supporting.
So, as you have said, you have cured for the children as well as for the adults.
Yes.
For whom it works fast, for the children or the adults?
Yeah, it's like this. Most of the adult comes here is a post-lingual. What we say is they get in between after they born normal, then they hearing normal, then some reasons they lost the hearing. Maybe some ototoxic drug or some brain damage or some certain accidents and things. Then when we say they have their speech, they have their normal speech. There are adults coming here without speech. Also they are coming here for implantations. But we do a counseling to them. We say that they can hear like us, normal. But we are not give assurance for speech. Because what happens is a speech, it's a correlation, it's happening in the brain. Because it's very, very slow, it's come back to the normal level. And adult patients, what I can say, when the age goes up, if they are not having speech, then it's very, very difficult to take back. It takes very long time. That is, we have to do a very, very hard rehabilitation, and the commitment from the parents is very important to improve that. Otherwise, what happens is we have the rehabilitation at our clinics for 45 minutes or 1 hour. The person is living at home more than so many hours. Therefore, it's very important to have early detections and early preventions. That is better.
Are the parents happy with their kids' treatment?
Yeah, they are very happy because they are very, very happy because they always come here by crying, and then end of the day they are smiling, and it's a big achievement in the business, because we can't say it's a business. We see the happiness of the parents, and we also happy we make a person to the society as an eligible person to the society. Rather just we spend money for so many other things, but it's an important investment for parents.
That's really appreciated because you all are not only expecting money but still making others happy and doing a great service. So I'm really very happy to know all this because we are also not aware about what this was. So it was a great opportunity to meet you all today. Thank you very much.